Well, bad meets worse tonight when the Carolina Panthers go on the road to face the Philadelphia Eagles. Which one's bad, which one's worse? That is to be determined. We'll find out. BETDAQ currently has Carolina installed as a 3-point favorite in this game, 41 the total. It might surprise you that a 2-8 team in the Carolina Panthers is actually a road favorite of 3 points. That just goes to show you how low the opinion is right now of the Philadelphia Eagles, and quite frankly, my opinion, I think, falls right in line with those people who are installing Carolina as a 3-point favorite in this game. I don't know how you back the Eagles at this point. They're 3-7 on the year. They've lost 6 straight games. They appear to have quit on Andy Reid. I mean, maybe quit's a little harsh. They just don't appear to match the intensity of their opponents on a week-in, week-out basis. They seem to be getting worse. They've lost their last 4 games by 13 points or more. They were blown out in their last game by the Washington Redskins. Michael Vick is out again in this game with a concussion, so they're going with rookie Nick Foles, who looked horrible in his last outing. I mean, where's the confidence here? I mean, who do you really think the Eagles are? I mean, are they about to rally around Andy Reid to try to save his job? I just have no faith in that happening. To me, the Eagles, they resemble last year's Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the team that lost their final 10 games and were 1-9 against the spread in those games. So I have a lean towards Carolina in this game, but man, hard to have much faith back in a 2-8 team. At least the Panthers still seem to be playing hard. They took the Tampa Bay Bucs to overtime in their last game, but still, it's been a tremendous disappointment for the Panthers this season. Coming into the year, a lot of people thought they might be a dark horse playoff contender. 6-10 last year, but Cam Newton, who was a rookie last year, people were talking about him last year just the way they're talking about Robert Griffin this year, if you remember. I mean, Cam Newton was having every bit as good a year as Griffin's having this year. He'd pass for more yards, rush for more yards, more touchdowns, things of that nature. His completion percentage wasn't as high, but it's very similar. The buzz around Robert Griffin right now and the buzz around Cam Newton this year. But that has totally turned around. Cam Newton is having a horrible season by any measure. In 10 games, he's only thrown 9 touchdown passes, and he's thrown 10 interceptions. Threw 17 interceptions last year. He's also had several fumbles this year. Has a 79 quarterback rating for the season. The Panthers' offense is 28th in the NFL in points scored. And so now, I mean, just less than a year after people were anointing Cam Newton as the next big thing in terms of young elite quarterbacks, his future in Carolina is in question. That's because their general manager, Marty Hurney, the guy who drafted Newton, he was fired a few weeks ago. Therefore, their coach, Ron Rivera, basically a lame duck. I mean, this game is lame duck coach versus lame duck coach. I'd be shocked if either Ron Rivera or Andy Reid were coaching these teams week 1 next year. As a matter of fact, you could have a good spirited argument which one is more of a lame duck. In other words, who has more of a chance of actually hanging on, because quite frankly, I don't think either one of these coaches has much of a chance of hanging on. And if Rivera goes, Marty Hurney's already gone. So if they bring in a new general manager, who's going to hire a new coach, are they going to want to keep Cam Newton around after what they've seen this year? A lot of times, especially since the Panthers are going to have such a high draft choice this year, a lot of times a new regime, they want their own quarterback. So everybody on this Panthers team is really playing for their jobs over these last few weeks, including Cam Newton. Now, with the Eagles, I think it's more of a foregone conclusion that all of those guys are going to be scattered to the wind. I mean, not literally all of them, but this core of players. Michael Vick's not going to be on the team next year. Don't believe Andy Reid's going to be there. I think you're going to see a purge of this roster, and maybe it's needed. Because like I said, the Eagles have been absolutely horrible this year. Again, 1-8-1 against the spread. They've only covered once in their last 10 games. Their offense, which is Andy Reid's specialty, 31st in the NFL in points scored, and with Nick Foles playing quarterback again this week, don't expect that to get any better. So I guess I lean towards Carolina -3 tonight, but again, tough to say that with any confidence. Carolina's been so bad this season. One bet that's interesting being offered on BETDAQ is the over-under on passing yards for Cam Newton. Noticed it was 243 and a half, somewhere around there. Now, Cam's only averaging 226 pass yards per game this year, and Philadelphia, the secondary is their strength on defense. They're top half of the league in pass defense. They're only allowing 222 yards a game. And I'm not sure there's going to be a situation tonight where Carolina is going to be behind, so Newton's going to have to be throwing the ball a whole lot. Just seems like there might be a little value in under 243 passing yards for Cam Newton, and I do believe that bet is being offered on BETDAQ. But hey, whatever you decide to do with your money tonight, I hope you do something, because if you don't do anything, if you don't decide to have a bet on this game, it might be tough to watch otherwise. It should be an ugly one tonight on Monday night.